If you've been anywhere near Mormon Momtok, you've probably heard that the tea is sizzling hot, you guys. All thanks to Taylor Frankie Paul, a mom of 3 and TikToker who blew up her friend group in 2022 by going live with a massive scandal. The mom squad was hooking up with each other and each other's husbands. Basically, these Utah-based moms were into something called soft swinging. You may be wondering, what's that all about, and why is the internet so obsessed with this drama? So most of you are probably familiar with the term swinging, but apparently soft swinging is when couples swap partners but with a twist. They don't go all the way. It's like dipping your toes into polyamory with some strict rules about how far you can go. For Taylor and her momfluencer crew, it was all good until one night when Taylor and one of the husbands decided to break the rules and get more intimate without the group's consent. Spoiler alert, that hookup led to Taylor catching feelings. Everything went south from here. There were divorces involved, accusations, cease and desist being sent for people to not talk about this. This whole situation had the internet talking in 2021. Fast forward to a couple years, Taylor decided to hop on the Vile Files podcast and spill the beans on everything in detail. During a segment of the Vile Files podcast, Taylor talked about the Mormon Momtok swinging scandal, which she was at the center of. She said that when the swinging started, it was just between her ex, and another couple who are also no longer together. Since the swinging scandal, rumors have swirled that Miranda and Chase, who were married at the time, were part of the drama, though they consistently were denying it. They said that they had nothing to do with the soft swinging, but Taylor's recent comments confirmed what many have now suspected. If you're paying attention, it's not hard to figure out who she's talking about in this clip, who was her best friend at the time. And if you look back, people noticed that her and Miranda were specifically best friends around that time. She was always posting her for a pretty long time, so people knew who she was referring to regarding this scandal.
Ever since the swinging scandal in July of 2022, it has been rumored that Miranda and Chase, who were married at the time, was a couple that was involved, but they denied. And while there has been speculation about them still being involved, this really just confirmed everything I needed to know.
People kind of know, like, if you really wanted to, like my friends, like, it's out there. And yes, she is a public figure, so it's not hard to put the finger on. And they've come out, and podcasts have came out since the show was coming.
So they've spoken on it.
Yes, but which to why, right? Like, why are they getting scared? Why are people scared? And it's like, you guys are just like outing yourself still at this point. Like, I am never gonna come clean and like say names. Like, that is up to them if they want. In which there's a podcast out now.
And when Taylor says that Miranda is still doing podcasts denying the whole swinging scandal, this is what she's talking about.
Does the thought of being tied down scare you, or the thought of like having one person forever? Because I'm assuming, like, if you guys even thought for a second with you and Chase, like, oh, soft swinging, let's go to parties where, you know, we're at least like flirting.
You get, you
get bored.
Well, I don't think you can really get there without having some level of issues going on in your relationship. I think that kind of goes without saying.
Yeah.
But, I think that it's not really for me, the idea of being with like one person, like, that's not a hard concept for me to grasp. It's never been.
Now it's clear why Taylor and Miranda had such a public fallout. Taylor delved into why it was crucial to set the record straight after rumors started swirling that she cheated on her ex-husband. She explained that the soft swinging had been happening with different people for over a year. And here's where the problem arises. She explained that as things escalated and progressed, you could kind of see people were getting feelings at this point. The people were getting jealous and weird. The vibes were just getting awkward. Taylor and her ex couldn't agree on scaling things back at this point, and that's when everything started to fall apart. Things took a turn when they decided to get divorced, and that's when Reddit rumors started surfacing. There was a whole discussion about this and why many people felt the whole idea of this was morally wrong, considering STDs and many more, the kids being involved in having to watch all of this. I mean, Taylor mentioned this all happened at each other's houses, and here's what people had to say. There's no consideration for the kids. Is an energetic connection. That's why it got weird. Wish people knew about how long someone's energy stays in you afterwards. 7 years. I'm with some of the other comments. So many diseases out there. Why put yourself at risk? If you really love your spouse and are getting everything you need from them, you would never do this. The whole situation was just like Russian roulette, except with married couples as husbands. Taylor went into detail about the night she had the affair. For anyone confused, Taylor and Brayden slept together while Taylor was with Tate. And apparently the other husband, Chase, also had feelings for Taylor, but it wasn't mutual. There's just so many husbands involved, you guys. This story is insane.
Couples are...
At this point, too. It's just me and another couple. It's just us and another couple. And we do this for a while with this couple. Cabin parties, making out in the same bed, intercourse in the same bed next to each other, and the girl's kissing and the husband's touching the other wife. I don't know. If there's another couple, we have parties, and you can kind of gauge, like, I don't know how you know, but you kind of can gauge who would be down and who wouldn't, you know? So there was another couple that we brought in probably a year later, and this couple in, and so the couple's like, do you guys want to have like a foursome? Like one of our second times hanging out, and we're like, whoa. And so me and my husband start to escalate with this couple because they're like more down, and you could just, yeah, you could just tell like this one is like all on board, where the other one's maybe like one's on board, one's not. Yeah.
And funny enough, these four actually even made videos captioned, "Are we swingers?" You can't find these videos anymore, they're deleted, but this all makes sense now.
Apparently, Chase ended up telling her that he had feelings for her at the gym, so she didn't have proof of this over text or anything, but when Miranda ended up confronting her about this, Taylor was stuck between coming clean and losing her best friend. In the end, Taylor and Tate moved on and started new relationships, they got a divorce, having a child as well. Miranda and Chase also ended up divorcing and moving on.
One of the husbands came up to me in the group and came and told me he had feelings for me at the gym. And so nothing was like over text or anything, so I didn't like have any proof, but I came home and told my husband, I was like, your best friend just told me he had feelings for me. So it gets out that he tells me that because I tell the wife of this other couple. She goes and tells people, it gets out. Ify over here calls and says, hey, I heard this, like, you have something to tell me. I'm just curious what it was, and this is my best friend. So I'm like, I knew the second, because I debated to tell her, I'm like, okay, if I tell her I lose my best friend forever, but I don't have feelings for him, so I feel like I don't know what to do, but if I don't tell her, I'm a bad friend. So I go not telling her, and then she's like, do you have something to tell me? I heard this, and so I like deny it. Her husband's calling me on the other phone. Deny. Like, oh, wow. And I'm like, oh, I think we should just come clean. Like, we've all messed up, let's come clean. Like,
and if Taylor hadn't exposed this whole soft swinging situation, these couples might have stayed together, which is pretty wild. So people are giving a lot of props to Taylor for being honest, despite all the backlash she was getting for airing out everyone's dirty laundry. And here's what people had to say about Miranda, because when this drama was unfolding, people felt like she was portraying herself as this holier-than-thou type of person this whole entire time. Miranda pretending to be a saint this whole time is so interesting. Why has Miranda denied it for so long? Taylor also talked about the night of her alleged DV, when she got into an altercation with her then husband and ended up getting arrested because it was reported that she threw a chair on her husband and it almost landed on her child. Taylor then ended up coming clean to her husband Tate, which looking back in retrospect, she got pretty emotional about. Having to sort of relive all that trauma.
We all go to their house that night. I get there and I'm taking shots because I'm miserable. Like, I'm a horrible person. I like black out, I think, within the first 10 minutes though. I was in the corner and the husband of who I was having the affair with comes in the corner. And then the other husband that gets jealous comes and he's like, they're like talking really weird in the corner back there. Like something's going on. So my husband comes over. He's like, what's going on? Like, so this is like where it's like blowing up. I'm like, I just gotta go. So I call a friend to come pick me up. I go to my friend's house. I'm at my friend's house. You have the guy that I'm having the affair with call me. Can I come pick you up? You have the other husband. Can I come pick you up? My husband, where are you? Like everyone's calling me. I'm belligerent. I think I ignore everyone, but I told him where I am. And then the guy I was having an affair with is like, can I come pick you up? And his wife sends him to come pick me up.
Did
and
she know?
About the, no, but they wanted me to come spend the night with them. Like, you see, that's just weird. Like, and so the guy I had an affair with comes over. I hook up with him at the house. And then that night. And I don't remember much of it. And I won't say, like, I don't want to call it anything, but I just don't remember much of it. I was pretty blacked out. I've never claimed anything. I know people are like, well, you just like, and I'm like, no, like, I full on believe that I wanted that. So I do know I slept with him. I woke up, very messed up down there.
Was he also drunk or was he sober?
I don't know. I can't say. I don't know.
Until this day, it does seem like Taylor still holds a lot of guilt when it comes to Tate.
My husband came and picked me up. I denied like everything, that night. And he's like, he didn't even ask me. He took me home and he like took care of me. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
And then
take a deep breath. Okay.
He came and he asked me, he's like, did you do anything last night with him? And I was like, no. Oh, lost it. And I ended up coming clean that day.
Not only did Taylor's marriage crash and burn, but she also faced a major fallout with the other Mormon moms, who she was pretty close with. Taylor said the swinging was just the tip of the iceberg when it came to the issues in her marriage. After that, the rest of Momtok started denying their involvement. I mean, I'm sure no one wants to come forward and publicly say that they were involved in something like this, but now Miranda is getting backlash for denying it this entire time when it seems like Taylor is exposing her for being the one who is also a part of this mess. After this episode, I noticed a lot of people on social media wondering how Miranda was going to respond to all of this, and I actually went over to her TikTok, and her comments definitely seem filtered. I did find one comment that said, so were you or were you not into the soft swinging? We want your side too. There were also Reddit posts going around at the time saying that Miranda was the one that took legal action against Taylor for her to not speak out about the situation, and this kind of makes sense why her comment section seems very filtered. This person said, why are there no comments with the show out? she deletes anything negative. Well, she missed a few, haha. Anyways guys, I definitely want to know what you think about this crazy wild mom talk Mormon drama. I feel like calling this drama is an understatement because there was so much involved. There were divorces, there were friendship fallouts. We've never seen anything like this, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.